How can you increase your love for Allah? Alright, so we know that loving each other for the sake of Allah, you have to have your love for Allah. How do I increase my love for Allah? I'm going to give you a few tips. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 tips on how to increase your love for Allah, so that your love in your heart for Allah guides your actions automatically without even trying. Number 1, since you're all internet savvy? Is that what you say? Yeah. So you go on internet, go on Google and write Allah loves and see what comes up. You're going to get at least 13 things that Allah loves. Try to work on them. Then type Allah hates. You're going to get a list. Try to work on detaching from them. And watch how your love for Allah will increase. Number 2, increase your regular dhikr. Do you know what dhikr is? Remembrance of Allah. Remembrance of Allah is in the heart and the tongue. Some people say, when they pray, for example, and they recite Quran in their salat, that's called dhikr. Or they say Subhan Rabbil Azim, that's called dhikr. But they don't move their mouth. They just say it with their heart. No, you have to say it with your mouth. Number 1, it's the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and it's an obligation. Just like if you don't swear with your mouth or lie with your mouth, you will not get sinned. It stays in here. Same, if you think of something good, then say it. Dhikr, then it will count. And there's something about the connection between the mouth and the heart, by the way, when you say it to yourself. You love your car? Beautiful. But say this. Get in your car and say, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, alladhi razaqani hadhihi as-sayyara. Oh Allah, allow me to thank you for the blessing of giving me this car. And I wouldn't have gotten it without your blessing. And I am nothing without you. Just saying those words and repeating them reminds you to stay at bay in your heart, insha'Allah, at a distance. You get new clothes, there's a dua. Alhamdulillah alladhi kasani hadha ath-thawb wa razaqanihi min ghayri hawlin minni wa la quwwa. Praise be to Allah, my Lord, who has granted me and provided me with this new garment without, and I had no power in this decision. Attribute it to Allah. Keeps your heart at bay, not to be attached, and so on. So dhikr, what you say in the morning, what you say in the evening, and I've said it a few times, download it on App Store, Fortress of the Muslim. Try and take on dhikrs from there and do them bit by bit, and do them regularly, insha'Allah. When you love someone, you always mention them. You always text them. Isn't that correct? You'll call them, you like to see them, because you're remembering. How do you remember Allah when you don't see Him or perceive Him? Through these words, dhikr that are special to Him. Number 3, do your prayers on time as much as you can. You might miss here and there a few prayers, doing half an hour later. Try to do them on time. Here's one thing. Get into regular habit as much as you can, if not 100%, 70%, that when the prayer hits, you leave everything you're doing. Wallahi, you'll be more productive if you do leave it and go and pray and come back. Number 1, you re-energize your thought process. You rest. Number 2, you get to move around. Number 3, you feel more organized and in order, rather than rushing and having something on your mind. Number 4, read about Allah's names, who He is, His mercy, His blessings, His forgiveness, what His angels say about Him, and so on. You'll fall in love with His names, and you'll fall in love with some names more than the others. Some people get more of an